Hey guys, hi. Boy, Bubba didn't read a book for a long time. So Bubba's going to read a couple of stories. And look at this one. This is School Days in Disneyville. Do you like that? That's fun. And guess what, Sammy? I think Mickey Mouse is in here. I know you like Mickey. And I bet Josie and Jack does too. And maybe even Myra and Theodore and Joe and Lily. How about that? I got a lot of you guys. I'll get to see some of you guys too. Okay, let's start. The beginning, this one is getting ready for Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is coming in a couple of days. Getting ready for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Day was near. All the bright-colored leaves had fallen from the trees. It was cold and wintry outdoors, but inside the schoolhouse it was gay and happy. The children had all brought gifts of food to send to a family that lived at the bottom of a hill. The father was ill and could not work. "We will send them a Thanksgiving dinner," said Miss Lane. All the food was laid out on a big table. The three little pigs had brought a turkey. Donald had brought sweet potatoes. Minnie Mouse had brought 4 pies. The others had brought fruit and nuts and raisins. Can you see these pictures okay? You see Donald Duck? Oh boy, just think of all that good food with that turkey. Wow. Mickey Mouse tried to bring some candy, but it was no use. Mickey was very fond of sweets. He could not help eating the candy before he reached school. Each morning he arrived with the empty wrapping, but all the candy was gone. "Mickey Mouse," said Miss Lane, "I think you'd better bring celery." So on the last day, just before Thanksgiving, Mickey Mouse brought a bunch of celery. There were many gifts of good food. One farmer sent a barrel of apples, one sent a barrel of potatoes, one sent a barrel of vegetables. There was so much to send that Miss Lane asked a farmer to bring his truck for it for the next morning very early. "I'll leave a window open so the schoolroom will be cool and everything will keep well," said Miss Lane as the children all went home. Now on the way home, Mickey Mouse began to think of all those good things down in the schoolhouse. Uh-oh. "What kind of pies do you suppose those were?" he asked Donald Duck. "Mince, probably," quacked Duck, who did not care much for pies. But Mickey Mouse was very fond of pies, and mince pies especially. Mickey stopped walking and sat down by the side of the road. He could not help thinking about those pies. All alone back there in the schoolroom, Mickey Mouse began to hum a little tune. There's no pictures on these 2 pages that I'm reading now. It's just blank. It was beginning to grow dark. Pluto saw a rabbit and ran after it. Donald Duck grew tired of waiting and went off to the pond, but still Mickey Mouse sat and thought about mince pies. Then the moon rose big and round back of the old oak tree. There was a cold nip in the air. Suddenly, Mickey sneezed. He was catching cold. He got up and started hurriedly along the road, but he went toward the schoolhouse instead of away from it. "I think I'll go back and see if everything is the way Miss Lane left it," he said to himself. So down the road walked Mickey. Down the road he went until he came to the schoolhouse. Then he thought, "I think I will just climb up and look in the window and see if everything is all right." See, Mickey has a ladder. Uh-oh, what do you think? I don't know about this. Uh-oh. There was a ladder nearby. Some men who had been mending the roof had left it there when they stopped work. Mickey pulled the ladder over to the window. Up he climbed. Then he discovered that Miss Lane had left the window open. Uh-oh. There was pretty dangerous things to do, muttered Mickey. "Someone might have got in. I think I'd best go inside and see if everything is all right." So Mickey pushed up the window a little higher and slipped through. It was quite light inside the room, for the moon shone in the window. Mickey could find his way easily between the empty desks and seats to the table where the food was laid. Everything was certainly arranged very nicely. There was the turkey, and the potatoes, and the celery, and the vegetables. And there were the pies. I wonder if they are all mince, thought Mickey. See him going up that window? Uh-oh, what's going to happen? Let's see. He walked around the table and he sniffed at each pie. They smelled so good. Mickey tasted a tiny bit of the crust, but he could not quite be sure whether the pie itself was mince or apple. I don't see what those people will do with 4 whole pies, said Mickey. I'm afraid they'll make themselves ill eating too much. I think I'll just nibble a little of this one. Mickey climbed up on the table, the better to reach the pie. He had just seated himself beside the largest of the 4 pies when suddenly he heard a sound. Mickey turned around quickly and looked toward the window. Mickey could scarcely believe his eyes. And up went the window as if by magic until it was wide open. Ghost, thought Mickey in terror. A big black paw was now pushing against the window. In one more second, a big black face was... Second black face was coming in the window. Mickey gave a faint cry and dashed for Miss Lane's desk. He hid behind it. He could just make out what was happening. He saw the big bad wolf. See how the window's coming open? See that paw on the window? Uh-oh, here we go. We're in trouble. The big bad wolf climbed slowly into the room. He saw him walk over to the table of Thanksgiving food. Then he heard the big bad wolf give a great bad laugh. Ha, 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 laughed the wolf. Who's going to have a good dinner tomorrow? I'd like to know. Mickey's heart beat fast, but he did not dare to move. Then the big bad wolf ate one of the pies. It was mince, and Mickey nearly cried to see it go so fast. Then the wolf took a big load of good things and climbed out the window. He won't get back in again, cried Mickey, and he raced across the room to shut the window. But the window was open too far for him to reach. He had just time to hide again before the big bad wolf returned. Back and forth went the wolf. Mickey had to stay very still and watch everything go. The big bad wolf had brought a truck with him, and he left nothing behind but one big, round, empty pie plate. See Mickey looking behind the desk and see the truck? Uh-oh, let's see what's going to happen now. Woo! At last, the big bad wolf had finished his work. He gave a great laugh and he came up to the teacher's desk and rang her bell. Now, children, he growled, this year I want you to be as rude and selfish as you can. Ha, ha, ha. And the big bad wolf turned to the blackboard and he began to write across it. The chalk squeaked as he wrote. A happy Thanksgiving, dear. And he didn't quite make out the whole name children. He had just put C-H-I. But while the wolf's back was turned, Mickey Mouse slid quietly and out from under the desk and ran like a flash to the window. In another second, he was out the window. Down the ladder he tumbled and he threw the ladder to the ground. Then over to the truck he ran as fast as he could go. He was none too fast. At the sound of the falling ladder, the big bad wolf left his writing. He reached a window in one bound. Up on the window sill he climbed, but the ladder was gone. Hi there, roared the big bad wolf. Hi there yourself, cried Mickey Mouse. There aren't any pictures on this one. It's all writing on this one. I'll show you. It's all writing. Let's see. Uh-oh. Mickey is a hero. Mickey Mouse climbed into the truck. The engine was still going. He did not know much about trucks, but he knew how to take off the brake and put the gear in low. Just as the big bad wolf dropped out of the window, Mickey got the truck started. "Stop, thief, stop!" screamed the big bad wolf, and he started running after the truck. Now Mickey Mouse had the gear in low, and he tried to shift it into second, but he could not do it. He was not strong enough. Down the road went the truck, but it went very slowly. Down the road came the big bad wolf, and he ran very fast. Nearer and nearer he came to the truck. Mickey pushed and he pulled, but he could not shift the gear into second. "Oh dear," sighed Mickey Mouse. "See the truck? Can you see the truck gone? And you see the big bad wolf running after the truck?" Okay, let's see what happened. Goodness. The big bad wolf was almost ready to spring into the back of the truck. Mickey gave one last tug at the gear, and this time he moved it. But instead of putting it in second, he put it in reverse. The truck stopped going forward and began going backward. Back it went suddenly and fast. It hit the big bad wolf just as he was about to jump. It threw him to the side of the road, and there he lay, howling with rage and fury. When he got to his feet again, one paw was badly hurt. Slowly and sadly, he limped home. But down the road went Mickey Mouse with the truck going backward. He could not stop it, and he could not shift gears, so he just kept on going. All night long he ran on and on. The moon swung across the sky and set. The sun rose, and it was morning. On and on went Mickey. Now at 8 o'clock, Miss Lane and the children came to school to see that all the food was ready. There they were at 8 o'clock, and Miss Lane opened the schoolhouse door. "Why, what could have happened?" cried Miss Lane. "The table was bare. The window was wide open. There was strange writing on the board." "What can have happened?" cried the children. All the good food had vanished. Everything was gone. Not a trace of food was left. There's no pictures on these 2 pages. The children ran to the window. There they saw the ladder lying on the ground. There were marks of muddy paws on the windowsill. "The big bad wolf!" they cried. But just at that minute there came the sound of a car coming along the road. A horn began to blow. "It's the farmer," called Miss Lane. "Well, tell him what has happened, and he will get his gun and go after the big bad wolf." "But it's not the farmer," cried the children. "It's a truck, and it's running backward, and it's not empty." Down the road came the truck, running backward all the way. Just as it got to the schoolhouse, it ran into a tree. There came a bang, and the truck stopped, but it was not gone very fast, so no harm was done. The children all ran out of the schoolhouse to see who it was. There in the driver's seat was Mickey Mouse, looking very tired. "Oh, Mickey," cried Minnie, "where have you been?" "How do I know?" snapped Mickey. "How does anybody know?" He felt terribly dizzy from running backward all night. This has just a picture of the window showing the ladder laying on the ground. When Miss Lane heard the story, she cried, "Why, you're a hero, Mickey!" "Mickey Mouse is a hero," cried the children, and they all danced around Mickey. Mickey began to feel better. He made a deep bow to the company, and then he tried to walk into the schoolhouse. But his legs gave out suddenly, and he sat down. "Would something to eat make you feel better?" asked Miss Lane anxiously. "It usually does," murmured Mickey Mouse. "What would you like?" asked Minnie. "Is there any mince pie left?" suggested Mickey. "Does mince pie seem the best thing for breakfast?" asked Miss Lane. "Yes," said Mickey. "He shall have one then," cried the children. "We'll get more to go with the Thanksgiving dinner." So Mickey ate a whole pie for his breakfast. After that, he did not need any Thanksgiving dinner. What do you think, children? Eating pie for breakfast? Is that good? It tastes good, but maybe it's not so good for the tummy. What do you think about that? Look at Mickey. He didn't look too good, did he, after he ate that pie for breakfast? And you don't want to look like that. That's for sure. I hope you liked that story about Mickey. Is that good? I know there's a little boy that really likes Mickey. I'm not sure what his name is, but there's probably a couple little boys that likes Mickey. And I hope you girls liked it too. I love you guys. All from Bubba.